Hi, this is 101 Awakening. This is just one of my side note discussion I usually have with myself first thing in the morning that I want to share with you. I want to share with you my observation about awakening people. For those of you who have a chance to watch my videos about awakening, thank you so much. When I say about people on earth are constantly being watched by some dark forces, knowing your thoughts, knowing your daily activities, knowing what you buy, knowing where you go, listening to your phone conversations, to your dialogues every time, it's true. I mean, that's all part of their mind control, right? That's how they put fear inside of you. That's how they put those thoughts into you, negative thoughts. Like I said, everything on earth is not accidental. Everything on earth is planned. I was like you. I fell asleep. I must admit, I fell asleep. I can honestly say that most of my life, I was a service industry myself. I was servicing everybody else outside of me. And everyone I'm hearing about awakening is about going back to yourself, being one with yourself and being one with God. Everybody I speak to, oh yeah, I believe in God, but God is not listening to me. Why are we suffering like this? Why is this? Why is that? And I must admit, I was doing that at one point in my life until I fully awakened my soul. Like Dolores Cannon said, Earth is a school. Think about it this way, every waking moment of your day, it's like going to school. You wake up, you go to the bathroom, you get ready, you eat your breakfast, you pack your lunch, you go in the bus, you get to the schoolyard, you meet your friends, you go in class, you get taught by your teacher, you go for recess, you meet your friends again, you go back in class, then you get divided to different classes, different learnings, you get your homework, then you go home, you go out and play, then you have your dinner with your family, then you do your homework, and then you might spend a little time with your family, and then you go to sleep. And then the process starts all over again. And guess what? You repeat that throughout your lifetime. So now let's fast forward. You're now an adult. You wake up in the morning, you go to the bathroom, you get ready. You may or may not have breakfast. You may or may not pack your lunch. You get in your car or public transportation to get to work. You see people by the elevator, you start talking to them because they're now your friends. But this time, you get into your own little cubicles. You get to see people's head above you. And people on those cubicles learn different knowledges about the job they need to perform. Then you have a coffee break where you're going to meet a lot of your friends and talk about what's the gossip of the day. Then management passes by and everybody runs back to their cubicle. Then you have your 1 hour lunch or half an hour lunch where you meet your coworkers and sit with them for lunch. But this time, instead of going outside like children, you're now stuck in this box. Then most of the day, you go back to your menial job. You may or may not have to bring work back home at the end of the day. Then you have meals with your family, and after that, you had to do your homework that you brought from work. And when it's done, you may or may not have time to spend time with your family. Then it's time for bed, and then everything repeats again. You see how everything is like your school when you were young? The outdoor is your playground. Your indoor is your classroom. The people outside of you are your classmates. As children, you are taught to be afraid of the administrators of the schools, the teachers, and the principals. And if you listen to my birth certificate post, the world educated you to fear the industries, the administrators of those industries. You learn how to be afraid of the government and its people, which is who runs the industries of fear and control. Everyone on earth is taught to follow the rules. Because if you don't follow the rules, we will lock you up. We will put you in a corner until you learn how to follow. And remember what I said. You are here in a play. You are playing a part. This is God's setting for you to play a part in a movie set. Because that's what Earth is all about. It's like a production industry. The play has been written for you. It's up to you if you want to play that role or not. It's up to you if you want to be inside that movie set. It's up to you if you want to play with the other characters in that movie set. It's up to you if you want to take on the stunts that they're giving you to play inside that movie set. It's up to you to intermingle with everybody else in that movie set. It's up to you whether you want to believe on the play and the storylines. And it's up to you to take on the paycheck for the role they put you in that movie play. Now apply that to every roles that you played in your lifetime on earth. And then ask yourself, how many times were you a follower instead of a leader? How many times did your mind got indoctrinated to the false or the true narrative of the play? And how many times did you speak up about your feelings? Or did you suppress it the whole time? And most of all, how many times did you listen to people with wisdoms who is trying to teach you what life is about on earth, so you don't get trapped in that movie set of contract if you don't have to, because you have the choice to walk away? And how many times did you say to yourself, I need to walk away from all of this and be alone and think for myself what I need to do with my life? And most of all, did I learn how to manage all the distractions that is put upon me, inside and outside of me? And once you check all those boxes and you can identify your grades in each one, which one did you fail, which one did you pass, to me, that's awakening. And I can fully say, I am one with myself, I am one with God. Because I did not just get all this knowledge to teach you about awakening, which is the soul contract that you committed with God. Past Earth's teaching lessons. And all of my accounts are suppressed on the social media because they know I hold the knowledge to full awakening of your soul. I'm trying to teach you the cheat sheets of awakening, a quick awakening of your soul, but nobody wants to take it. And now you wonder why God is not listening to you, because you're also not listening to the truth.
They told me the main thing you have to tell people, they said they must get rid of karma if you want to go on to the new earth. And believe me, it's beautiful. The descriptions they've given, it is beyond belief. And they said you cross over and you don't look back because you don't want to see what's happening behind you. But another thing that's happening, I'll get back to that part, another thing that's happening to us, our diets are changing. Do you notice that? Your diets are changing. They said you must get away from heavy meats. The body to become lighter, you have to eat lighter foods to raise it. The heavy foods hold you down, especially the meats, the red meats, hold you down. You want to raise the body, the vibration, have lighter foods. They said the best foods are live foods. Live foods, they mean fresh fruits and vegetables. Organic if you can get it. But the fresh fruits and vegetables are the best diet. Some chicken and fish, but they stay away from the beef and the pork, especially because of what's being done to it at this time. But those kind of meats will hold you to the earth. You're supposed to be lightening. And you'll get to where you won't want to eat much. But it's fresh fruits and vegetables. You get away from the sugars. They said water is beyond comprehension, the value of water. But they said eventually, as you notice, you're going to be going into all the liquid diets. You'll feel like that's what you want. So you'll notice the effects on your body. Your body's changing, your diets are changing if you're paying attention to this. Time is speeding up. Everything's going faster. We're becoming more and more sensitive to energies. There's a lot happening if you're aware of it and paying attention to it. So they gave me an example. Well, it was actually Annie Kirkwood. We were at a conference, and we were on a panel, and she gave an example. You know, Annie Kirkwood was the one that wrote Mary's Message to the World. We used to do a lot of work together. She doesn't do it much anymore. But at the conference, she gave this example of what she saw. She said she was shown the Earth out in space. Then she saw it begin to pull apart like a cell begins to divide. And as she saw it begin to pull apart, she saw two Earths. Over here on this one, she heard them saying, "We did it, we did it, we did it." Over here on this one, she heard them saying, "Poor thing, she died believing all that." See, one will not be aware of the other. Just like the Bible says, one will be taken, one will be left, and they won't even know the difference. So it's a very strange thing. And I've asked so many questions about this, trying to understand it. And they keep telling me, "We can't give you all the answers because we don't know." This has never happened before in the history of a universe, that an entire planet will make the shift. It's the greatest show on Earth, and everybody is out there watching it because they want to see what's going to happen. But we're in the middle of it right now. And I've been trying to understand it more. They said it won't be like all of a sudden you'll wake up one morning and everything's going to be different. It's going to be gradual. And you may not even be aware that you have moved. But all of these things that are happening right now is the Earth getting rid of its karma with the tsunamis and everything like that. It's the old Earth. And we are moving into the new Earth, and it's going to be fantastic. I know I'm forgetting a lot of stuff there that I need to bring up, but though they said the main thing, yes, in order to do this, you must get rid of karma. Otherwise, you're condemned to come back again and again, stay with the old Earth until you work it out. And how do you get rid of karma? What's the quickest way, but not the easiest way to get rid of karma? Some people say, do it back to them. You do it back to them, all you do is keep the wheel moving. You don't resolve anything. And that's what I work with my counseling. You must forgive. You got to let it go. I tell the person, you don't have to tell them face to face. You do it mentally, with your mind. Even if the person is dead, you can still do it. Do it with your mind. You'll say, "I know we had a contract. It didn't work. We tried, we really tried, it didn't work. Now it's time to tear up the contract. You go your way with love, and I'm going my way. We don't need to be in this anymore at all." You have to release them and really mean it. Because I've had clients, they'll say, "I can't forgive them. You don't know what they did to me." It doesn't matter. We've got to the point that it does not matter anymore. So what if your mother or father mistreated you? That's then. We're moving on. So what if your husband was a jerk? So what if he did? What if he did cheat on you? What if he beat you up? What if he was an alcoholic? So what? That's then. You hold on to that. That's karma. You've got to release it. Let it go. Forgive them. And move on. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck. They said the main thing we've got to tell people is get rid of this junk. I call it the baggage and the garbage we carry around. We've got to get rid of it. Let it go. That's the most important thing right now. Another important thing they said you must get rid of is fear. You've got to get rid of fear. And look what the media does. Look at all these things. They keep trying. They are trying to instill fear in you. They said, think for yourself. Don't get into the fear. Release the karma, release the fear, and then you can move on. Those are the two important things they told me to tell people. So we're moving into a totally new world, a totally new concept that you can't imagine, and it's going to be beautiful. So if you want to go, you've got some work to do.